The Dream Merchant's Lodge. Before you begin this journey into peaceful sleep, take a moment to settle yourself comfortably. Whether you are lying in your bed or resting in your favorite chair, allow your body to find its most natural position of ease. Feel the surface beneath you, supporting your weight completely, taking away any need for your muscles to hold tension or strain. Begin by noticing your breathing, not to change it, but simply to observe the gentle rhythm that has been with you since birth. Each breath flows in and out at its own perfect pace, requiring no effort or thought from you. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in calm and stillness. As you breathe out, feel any worries or concerns from the day dissolving away like mist in morning sunlight. Now gently close your eyes and allow your face to soften. Let your forehead smooth out, releasing any lines of concentration or concern. Allow your jaw to relax, perhaps letting your mouth fall slightly open if that feels comfortable. Feel this relaxation spreading down through your neck and shoulders, like warm honey flowing slowly through your body. Notice how your arms feel heavy and peaceful at your sides, your hands resting without needing to grasp or hold anything. Allow this sensation of gentle weight to travel down through your chest and abdomen, where your breathing continues its natural, soothing rhythm. Feel your back sinking more deeply into whatever supports it, trusting completely in this foundation of comfort. Let this peaceful heaviness flow down through your hips and thighs, into your lower legs and to your feet. Each part of your body is now supported and at rest, requiring nothing from you except the simple pleasure of being still and quiet. As you rest in this state of complete physical ease, prepare to embark on a journey that will carry you gently towards the most refreshing sleep. You are about to visit a place where magic exists not as something dramatic or startling, but as something as natural and comforting as rain falling on leaves, or firelight dancing on familiar walls. In this story, you will discover that the greatest magic is often the quietest magic, the kind that soothes rather than excites, that whispers rather than shouts, that offers exactly what your weary soul needs most. Allow yourself to trust this journey completely, knowing that every moment has been crafted to bring you deeper into peace and rest. The forest you are about to enter exists in that special space between waking and sleeping, where anything is possible and everything is safe. The rain you will hear is the kind that makes you grateful to be warm and dry inside, the kind that turns the world outside into a lullaby designed specifically for your ears. Take one more slow, deep breath, feeling your body settle even more completely into rest. Know that for the next while, you have nowhere to be except exactly where you are. Nothing to do except listen and allow yourself to be carried gently forward into the most peaceful of dreams. Your journey begins now, on a forest path, where the first drops of evening rain are beginning to fall. The first drops of rain begin to fall as you step off the winding forest path, each droplet catching the last rays of evening light like tiny prisms. The ancient oaks around you seem to lean closer together, their branches forming a natural cathedral that muffles the sounds of the outside world. You pull your coat tighter against the gathering chill and notice something extraordinary through the thickening mist. a warm, golden glow emanating from what appears to be a cottage nestled between two enormous tree trunks. Thunder rolls gently across the sky, a distant rumbling that feels more like a lullaby than a warning. As you approach the source of the light, the rain begins to fall more steadily, creating a soft symphony against the leaves overhead. The cottage before you seems to have grown from the forest itself. Its walls, crafted from smooth river stones and weathered timber that gleams with an inner warmth. Ivy cascades down its sides in elegant curtains, and tiny windows glow like amber jewels set into the structure. Above the heavy wooden door hangs a sign that reads, "Dream Merchant's Lodge," in flowing script that seems to shimmer and dance in the lamplight. The door itself is carved with intricate patterns of sleeping animals, dormice curled in perfect circles, cats stretched in peaceful slumber, and birds with their heads tucked beneath their wings. As you reach for the brass door handle, shaped like a crescent moon, you notice that it turns easily beneath your touch, as if it has been waiting for your arrival. The interior of the lodge envelops you in immediate warmth and comfort. A crackling fire burns in a stone hearth, its flames dancing in perfect harmony with the rhythm of the rain now drumming steadily on the roof above. The walls are lined with shelves that stretch from floor to ceiling, but instead of books, they hold hundreds of glass orbs of varying sizes. Some are no larger than marbles, whilst others are as big as snow globes. Each one contains what appears to be swirling mist or captured starlight, and they pulse gently with their own internal luminescence. The air carries the most wonderful fragrances, lavender and chamomile, vanilla and sandalwood, with hints of rain-washed earth and blooming night jasmine from the garden beyond the windows. Comfortable armchairs are arranged around the fire, their deep cushions covered in fabrics that seem to shift color in the firelight. Between them sits a low table, set with a silver tea service that steams invitingly, as if prepared moments before your arrival. As you settle into one of the chairs, you notice the proprietor of this magical establishment. The dream merchant sits behind an ornate wooden counter that curves around one corner of the room like a crescent moon. They are neither young nor old, but seem to exist in that timeless space between, with silver-streaked hair that catches the firelight and eyes that hold the depth of starlit skies. Their clothing appears to be woven from moonbeams and shadow, shifting between deep blues and soft grays as they move. The merchant's hands move with practiced grace among the glowing orbs, occasionally lifting one to examine its contents with the care of someone who understands precious things. You realize that these spheres contain dreams themselves, each one a unique creation of rest and peace. Some swirl with gentle colors like watercolor paints bleeding into wet paper, whilst others sparkle with what looks like captured aurora borealis. A few contain scenes that move like tiny dioramas, meadows swaying in summer breezes, snow falling on silent forests, or waves lapping peacefully against moonlit shores. The thunder outside grows more frequent now, but it remains gentle and soothing, like a giant purring contentedly in the distance. The rain has settled into a steady rhythm that seems to synchronize with your heartbeat, each drop adding to the symphony of tranquility that fills the lodge. Through the windows, you can see fireflies beginning to emerge, their soft lights dancing between the raindrops like living stars. You pour yourself tea from the silver service, and the liquid that flows into your cup is unlike anything you have ever tasted. It carries flavors of honey and herbs you cannot name, with an underlying sweetness that seems to dissolve all tension from your muscles. As you sip, you feel your breathing slow and deepen, matching the peaceful rhythm of the rain and fire. The dream merchant approaches your chair with gentle steps on the polished wooden floor. In their hands, they carry a tray lined with velvet, upon which rest several of the glowing orbs. Each one seems to call to you differently. One pulses with the soft blue of twilight skies, another glows with the warm gold of autumn afternoons, and a third shimmers with the silver green of moonlight on still water. As you observe these dream orbs more closely, you begin to understand their purpose. The dream merchant does not simply store dreams. They craft them with infinite care for those who need rest most. Each sphere contains not just images or stories, but the very essence of peace itself. The blue orb holds dreams of floating on calm seas beneath star-filled skies, where worries dissolve like salt in endless water. The golden sphere contains visions of sun-dappled meadows, where time moves slowly and every breath brings deeper relaxation. The silver-green orb draws your attention most strongly. As you gaze into its depths, you can see a moonlit garden where night-blooming flowers release their perfume into the air, so still it seems to hold you in a gentle embrace. In this dream, you walk barefoot on moss so soft it feels like walking on clouds, whilst above, shooting stars trace lazy arcs across a sky that seems to sing lullabies in colors only the heart can hear. The choice, you understand, is yours to make. The dream merchant's eyes hold infinite patience and kindness as they wait for you to select the dream that calls most strongly to your weary soul. Outside, the storm has settled into its most comfortable rhythm, neither urgent nor dramatic, but steady and nurturing like a mother's heartbeat. The fireflies continue their dance beyond the windows, and you notice that their light seems to pulse in harmony with the dream orbs around you. You reach for the silver-green sphere, and as your fingers make contact with its warm surface, you feel a sensation like silk flowing through your consciousness. The dream merchant nods approvingly and gestures towards a doorway you had not noticed before, partially concealed behind a curtain of hanging crystals that chime softly in the warm air currents from the fire. Beyond the curtain lies a sleeping chamber that seems to exist in a space between waking and dreaming. The walls curve gently around a bed that appears to be crafted from clouds themselves, with linens that shimmer like captured moonlight. Tall windows look out onto the rain-soaked forest, where the gentle storm continues its soothing performance. The sound of water dripping from eaves and leaves creates a natural music box that seems designed specifically for your ears. As you approach the bed, you notice that the rain on the windows forms patterns that shift and flow like liquid silver. These patterns seem to tell stories without words, tales of peaceful journeys and gentle adventures that require no effort on your part, only the willingness to let them carry you forward into rest. The air in the chamber carries the same wonderful fragrances as the main room, but softer now, like the memory of flowers rather than their immediate presence. You slip beneath covers that feel like being embraced by the softest cloud, and as you do, The dream orb in your hand begins to glow more brightly. The silver-green light fills the room with the gentle radiance of a full moon filtered through spring leaves, and you feel your body beginning to release all the tension it has carried. Your shoulders relax, your breathing deepens, and your mind begins to quiet like a lake after wind has passed. The rain continues its gentle drumming above, and you realize that this storm was meant for you, timed perfectly to arrive just as you needed its soothing presence most. Each drop seems to carry away a worry, a stress, or an anxious thought, leaving behind only peace and the promise of perfect rest. The thunder, when it comes, feels like a gentle giant turning over in sleep, comfortable and protective rather than threatening. As you close your eyes, the dream orb's light seems to flow directly into your consciousness, bringing with it the moonlit garden you glimpsed earlier. You find yourself standing on that impossibly soft moss, surrounded by flowers that glow with their inner light. Night-blooming cereus unfurl their petals in slow motion, releasing perfume that carries you deeper into tranquility. Jasmine vines, heavy with white blossoms, drape themselves over arbors that frame pathways leading to secret groves, where the only sound is the whisper of leaves sharing ancient secrets of peace. In this garden, time moves differently. You have all the time in the world to explore, to rest, to simply be. A gentle stream winds through the space, its water so clear it seems to be made of liquid starlight. When you kneel beside it and cup the water in your hands, it feels like holding pure contentment. The stream sings as it flows, a melody that seems to be composed specifically for your ears, carrying notes that resonate with the deepest, most peaceful parts of your soul. You follow the stream deeper into the garden, where it leads to a clearing dominated by an enormous willow tree. Its branches cascade down like a natural tent, creating a private sanctuary within the larger piece of the garden. Beneath the willow, cushions appear that seem to be woven from moonbeams and filled with the softest down. As you settle among them, you feel held and supported in a way that goes beyond the physical, as if the very fabric of this dream has been designed to cradle not just your body, but your spirit as well. The willow's leaves rustle with a sound like gentle rain, though no rain falls in this perfect garden. Instead, what falls from the branches are tiny lights, like fireflies made of pure serenity. They settle on your skin with touches so light they feel like blessings, each one carrying away another layer of stress or worry. You find yourself breathing in rhythm with the tree, its ancient wisdom flowing into you with each inhalation, filling spaces you did not even know were empty. From somewhere in the distance comes the sound of wind chimes, though no wind stirs the perfect air of the garden. The chimes seem to be made of crystallized laughter and dried moonbeams, their music so gentle it might be mistaken for silence if you were not listening with your heart. This music weaves itself through the garden like an invisible thread, connecting every flower, every leaf, every drop of the starlight stream into one magnificent symphony of peace. As you rest beneath the willow, you notice that the flowers around you are responding to your presence, glowing more brightly and releasing their fragrances more generously. It is as if the garden itself is happy to finally have someone to share its beauty with, someone who can appreciate the infinite care that has gone into creating this space of perfect rest. You understand that this dream has been waiting for you, crafted with your specific needs in mind by the dream merchant's patient art. The boundaries between yourself and the garden begin to dissolve in the most gentle way imaginable. You are not losing yourself, but rather discovering that you were always part of something larger and more peaceful than you had imagined. The moss beneath you feels like an extension of your own being, soft and nurturing. The stream's song becomes your own heartbeat, steady and sure. The lights falling from the willow become thoughts of gratitude and contentment that fill every corner of your consciousness. Above you, though no sky is visible through the willow's canopy, you sense the presence of stars. Not the distant, cold stars of the waking world, but warm, friendly stars that know your name and wish you well. Their light filters down through layers of leaves and dreams, reaching you as the purest essence of comfort and safety. You are held in a web of golden light that connects you to every peaceful moment that has ever existed or ever will exist. Time becomes irrelevant in this space. You might rest here for minutes or centuries. It makes no difference. What matters is the quality of the peace you are experiencing, deeper and more complete than any rest you have known before. Your body feels weightless, supported by the dream itself rather than by any physical surface. Your mind, usually so busy with thoughts and plans and worries, has gone blissfully quiet, like a lake so still it perfectly mirrors the sky. The dream. Merchant's gift to you is not just this single night of perfect rest, but the knowledge that such peace exists and is always available to you. The garden becomes a part of you, a place you can return to whenever you need to remember what true tranquility feels like. The silver-green light of the orb has become part of your inner luminescence, a glow that will remain with you long after this dream has ended. As the deepest part of the night approaches, the garden begins to prepare you for the most restorative sleep imaginable. The flowers around you dim their lights to the softest possible glow, like candles being turned down but never extinguished. The stream's song becomes even more gentle, a barely audible lullaby that seems to rise from the earth itself. The willow's branches settle more closely around you, creating a cocoon of absolute safety and warmth. Your breathing slows until it matches the rhythm of the garden's peaceful respiration. Your heartbeat synchronizes with the pulse of light that flows through every living thing in this dreamed paradise. You feel yourself sinking deeper into rest, not falling, but floating downward like a feather drifting through honey-thick air, supported at every moment by the infinite gentleness of the dream merchant's creation. The garden around you begins to expand, becoming not just a place of beauty, but a living embodiment of every peaceful moment you have ever experienced. Here, beneath the protective canopy of the ancient willow, childhood memories of safety and comfort weave themselves into the very fabric of the dream. You remember being small and secure, wrapped in blankets that smelled of lavender and home, listening to the adults in your life moving about the house like gentle guardians, ensuring your world remained safe and warm. These memories do not come as sharp, defined recollections, but as feelings that permeate the garden like the most subtle fragrance. The comfort of being held when you were tired, the peace of waking up on weekend mornings with nowhere urgent to go, the contentment of summer afternoons when time seemed to stretch endlessly ahead of you, full of possibilities and free from worry. All of these experiences become part of the moss beneath you, part of the stream's gentle song, part of the lights that continue to fall from the willow's branches like blessings made visible. The dream merchant's artistry reveals itself in how perfectly this garden reflects not just what you need now, but what you have always needed. Every person who has ever found their way to the lodge discovers their own version of this sacred space, but yours is uniquely crafted for your soul's deepest requirements. The particular shade of silver-green light that fills the space is the exact color that brings you the most profound sense of peace. The temperature of the air, the softness of the moss, the rhythm of the stream, all of these have been adjusted to match your personal symphony of comfort. As you rest more deeply, you become aware that you are not alone in this garden, though no other person is visible. Instead, you sense the presence of every restful night that has ever existed, all gathered here to ensure your peace. The spirits of countless peaceful sleeps hover gently around you, not as ghosts or supernatural beings, but as the accumulated wisdom of rest itself. They whisper without words that sleep is sacred, that rest is a gift, and that you deserve both without reservation and guilt. The willow above you seems to grow even more ancient and wise as the night deepens, its roots extending not just into the earth of the garden, but into the very foundations of tranquility itself. Through these roots, it draws up the essence of every quiet moment that has ever brought comfort to a weary soul. The tree becomes a living library of peace, its leaves holding the stories of every person who has ever found solace in rest, every creature that has ever known the blessing of peaceful sleep. You feel yourself becoming part of this great continuum of rest, your own need for peace adding to the collective wisdom that the willow holds. Your presence here enriches the garden for all who will come after you, just as those who came before having enriched it for you. This understanding brings a profound sense of connection and belonging that goes beyond the personal, expanding your heart to encompass a love for all beings who seek rest and find it in places like this magical garden. The stream beside you seems to be carrying more than just crystalline water now. As you listen more closely, you realize it is carrying the sound of every gentle rain that has ever fallen, every brook that has ever babbled peacefully through a quiet wood, every ocean wave that has ever lapped gently against a moonlit shore. All of these waters have somehow found their way here, combining their voices into a single song of liquid peace that seems designed specifically to lull your deepest worries to sleep. The lights falling from the willow have changed as well, becoming more personal and specific. Each tiny illumination now carries a memory of kindness that someone has shown you, a moment when you felt truly understood, a time when you laughed until your belly ached, an instance when you felt completely at home in the world. These lights settle on your skin like the gentlest kisses, each one reminding you that you are loved, that you are valued, and that you deserve all the peace the universe can provide. As the night deepens towards its most profound hour, you notice that the garden is preparing for something special. The flowers begin to release their most precious fragrances, scents that speak directly to the part of your mind that knows how to let go completely. Night-blooming jasmine opens its petals to release the perfume of trust. Evening primrose offers the scent of acceptance. 4 o'clock flowers share their fragrance of surrender to the natural rhythms of rest and renewal. The temperature of the air adjusts itself to match your body's perfect comfort, neither too warm nor too cool, but exactly the temperature that allows your muscles to release their final holdings of tension. Even your clothing, or the sense of what covers you, becomes part of the dream's perfect craftsmanship, feeling like the most comfortable garments you have ever worn, or perhaps like being gently embraced by the softest cloud imaginable. Your consciousness begins to expand and contract simultaneously, growing large enough to encompass the entire garden, while also becoming as small and focused as a single dewdrop reflecting the moon. In this paradoxical state, you experience both the vastness of perfect peace and the intimate personal nature of your own deep rest. You are everything and nothing, everywhere and perfectly centered, infinite and completely contained within this moment of absolute tranquility. The last thing you are aware of before sleep takes you completely is the sound of rain, still falling softly on the roof of the lodge in the waking world. But even that sound has been transformed by your journey through the dream orb. Now it sounds like applause from the sky itself, celebrating your arrival at this place of perfect peace. Each drop carries a blessing, each gentle rumble of thunder, a promise that you are safe, you are held, and you are exactly where you need to be. The rain has become a lullaby composed by the universe specifically for your ears, its rhythm perfectly matched to the beating of your heart, its melody woven from every peaceful sound that has ever brought comfort to anyone, anywhere. It is the sound of time itself slowing down to accommodate your need for rest. The sound of the world wrapping itself around you like the most protective blanket imaginable. In the depths of this dream within a dream, you rest more completely than you have ever rested before. Your body repairs itself, not just physically, but in ways that go beyond the material, healing places in your spirit that you may not have even known needed attention. Your mind clears itself of all unnecessary thoughts, but rather than becoming empty, it fills with a profound sense of well-being that will remain with you long after you wake. Your spirit drinks deeply from the well of peace that the dream merchant has opened for you, and in drinking from this well, you discover that it is bottomless, that its supply of comfort and rest is infinite and eternally renewable. You understand that this garden, this stream, this willow tree, and all the peace they represent are not just part of a dream, but part of your inner landscape, accessible to you whenever you need to remember what true tranquility feels like. You are cradled in the arms of the kindest possible universe, where every detail has been arranged for your comfort and every moment has been designed to nurture your deepest need for rest. The dream merchant's greatest gift to you is not just this single night of perfect sleep, but the knowledge that such peace always exists within you, waiting patiently for your return whenever the world becomes too much and your soul cries out for haven. And in the morning, when you wake naturally and refreshed in the comfortable bed at the Dream Merchant's Lodge, you will find the silver-green orb resting on the table beside you, its light dimmed but not extinguished. You will carry its peace with you as you continue your journey, knowing that somewhere in the depths of an ancient forest, beside a stream of liquid starlight, and beneath a willow that drops blessings like rain, your perfect garden of rest waits patiently for your return. Sleep well. Good night.